what it is, guys. We are going to be talking about how to solo melodically. How do you approach doing that? Two things very quickly. The subscription price on my website goes up March 11th. It's been down to $18.99 and it's going up to $24.99 starting midnight March 11th. 7-day free trial. Enough said. Follow the link below. Start being awesome. Next thing is question of the lesson. I want to know, I've gotten a lot of questions from you guys about what to do when you're nervous playing. Maybe you get nerves when you're playing. You lose, your sense of who you are playing whenever you're live. All that has to do with nerves. So I want to find out from you guys, because a lot of you play out and a lot of you are in other careers. How do you deal with being nervous? What do you do? What do you eat? What are some habits or rituals you go through? What are some things you say to yourself? How do you calm yourself down? Do you breathe deep? What do you do? Let's start a conversation below, and that can be for a test, it can be for a job interview, it can be for a live gig, recording, whatever it is, but tell us how you calm yourself down before you get into those situations. Now, let's talk about melodic soloing. And this is, soloing for drummers is something that is so misunderstood. If you go into a club, I just cringe when I hear this. When you go into a club, what's the first thing that you hear, right? The first thing you hear the drummer do, they give him a drum solo, and what do? They play everything they ever thought about. It's like, Jackie Chan on the drums. They're going around in circles and it's just this cacophony of noise, right? It's just noise. There's nothing to it. You've heard that happen. You've done it yourself. I've done it myself. So how do we avoid doing that? What's the difference between when you play a solo and when, say, I don't know, Neil Peart plays a solo, or maybe Terry Bozzio, or maybe Steve Gadd or Keith Carlock? How do these guys, they do these amazing things, but how do they do it? Well, they have frameworks that they work within. They have melodies that they actually structure the solo around. And so if you're looking at a classical piece, a lot of times they'll have a theme, and then they'll repeat the theme, and then they'll repeat the theme in variations, and then they'll modulate it, and they keep repeating this theme, and that's what's called a song, right? So just liken your solos to creating a song. So you need to give the listener something to latch onto, and it does not have to be something complicated. So I'm going to show you just a simple pattern that you can build a solo around. And all it's doing is when you run out of ideas, it gives you something to refer back to, it gives the crowd something to listen to, and you sound musical. Yes, you sound like a musical drummer. And that's our goal here. That's what we're wanting to do, is to sound musical, to be musical. So instead of blowing everything you ever thought of playing at the first measure, let's step back and give it some space. The pattern I'm going to teach you, and it's been a recurring pattern on this channel for a reason, because I want you to understand how far you can take certain patterns. It's going to be right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left. That made 16 notes. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. We're accenting every right note. So it's going to sound like this. All right, that's going to be our melody. You might say, dude, that's just a snare. Yes, it is right now, but let's create with it, okay? Let's take that around the tom. So what I want you to do is start taking that accent around the toms. No, you're not part of this part, man. Just chill out, dude. I'll get you in the lesson in a second. My hi-hat's impatient. I can't stand it. Me and you're going to talk later. I talk to a lot of inanimate objects. It's okay. It's all right. So let's take this around the drum kit and start making it a melody. I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna take you out of the picture completely. It's going to be over. Let's take it around the toms. I'm just taking it around. First start on that top tom, then go to the bottom tom. See all the different voices that you can do. Put some kick drum in there, and you're going, dude, this is not interesting for a solo. This isn't everything that's in the solo, but it's a framework for the solo. Something that I had to learn over time was I don't have to play everything I know in one solo. I can just play a section of what I know and have a cool happen something cool happen within that without playing every lick that I ever learned since I was 8. Well, if I wish I would start playing when I was 15, or 15. So what I'm trying to get to is this is your hook. This is what the listener listens to. So I would do something like this. So you see how I use that as a framework to come back to. So it's not my whole solo, it's just what I'm coming back to give the listener something to, instead of, we were at a club one night, me and my wife, listening to this drummer, and I heard one drummer play, I'm not going to name any names, I heard one drummer playing with this group, and I mean, off the charts good. His name is Marcus Finney, he's a local guy, I will name his name. Off the charts good. I mean, so tasteful, so musical. Went back and heard the same group a couple weeks later because I was like, man, I got to see that. We had a different drummer. This was a regular drummer. Man, this guy double kick. Goes for a double. As soon as he goes for a solo, double kick start. We left about 3 songs in because I'm literally, it's so much noise. It's like somebody standing in your face yelling at you whenever all you're wanting to do is carry on a nice conversation with them. All right. So this is just to teach you. I get asked a lot, how do I solo? How do I approach soloing? Come up with a theme. Come up with a short theme. It can be 3 beats long. It can be 4 beats long. But come up with a theme and then take your solo from there. Don't be afraid to put space in there and to let the listener experience that space and those rests and let them ingest what you actually just played for them. All right? That's it. That's it to soloing. Calm down, get something the listener can grab onto, and you got it from there.